Lagoon 38 launches to the market in 2025 and is the latest addition to the Lagoon Catamarans range. With DNA from the very successful Lagoon 42 and more recent 43 range, the Lagoon 38 brings to the cruising catamaran market a pocket cruising vessel for those looking for a slightly smaller platform with much of the quality and the volume of a larger vessel. Building on over 1,000 hulls made of the Lagoon 380, this new model comes with experience and direct owner feedback fused into the latest and greatest in design. The Lagoon 380 ran in production for over 20 years and is to date one of the most successful Lagoon catamarans ever made. Now, it's a tough act to follow with a model like this, so it wasn't a process we wanted to rush. So there has been a few years break before the launch of the new Lagoon 38, and what we see here is a new design, new evolution coming to the 38-footer. It's very exciting to see this new model, so let's take an in-depth look at the new Lagoon 38. The fit out of the Lagoon 38 is all about simplicity and refined comfort. It's the clean design that we know and love from the Lagoon 43, and the internal and external atmospheres are comfortable and friendly. Overall, with the use of space and the ease of movement, the Lagoon 38 feels like a much larger catamaran on a 38-foot platform, and we would typically see this kind of volume on a 40-foot catamaran, but here we're on 38 feet with just as much volume on a slightly smaller platform. Generally, internally on the Lagoon 38, we are seeing more storage and more increased volume without compromising on Lagoon's sailing performance. Now, the Lagoon 380, as popular as it was an older design, and the hulls were skinnier and there was a little less headroom. But what we've been able to do with this new model is take all the DNA from the Lagoon 380 and put it into this new generation Lagoon catamaran, and we get more volume, more space on board, especially in the hulls, without compromising on performance. The cabin layout on this new model answers all of the requests from our previous owners. The vessel can be optioned as a 3 or a 4 cabin layout. We've seen that before on other vessels, but the difference here is on starboard side, the guest quarters actually share a bathroom. Now, this is excellent because it allows for, although it's a shared bathroom, it's actually a lot larger. So the shower compartment is larger and the space inside the toilet area is larger. So this is an all-round win. On the port side, we have the master cabin and the layout that has become so popular on the Lagoon 43 with the master berth forward. Now, what this does is it leaves all the room and all the beam at the back of the boat for that living area. Midships in the master cabin features a large desk that can be set up as a workstation or vanity area, and further aft we're making use of all the beam in the back end of the hull for the toilet head area. A big focus in design for this new pocket sailing catamaran was the living areas and the in-out connection between the saloon and the cockpit. Now, the saloon on the Lagoon 38 is the saloon we know and love. It's got standing headroom all the way forward with the vertical saloon windows that create great shading. An opening forward hatch allows maximum ventilation in the saloon with full standing headroom all the way forward, as we have on most of the Lagoon catamarans. So far forward that you can actually have the galley at the front end of the saloon, freeing up more space aft. We have a large full height fridge freezer setup. Full opening doors make the whole area one living area with in-out dining. Now, this is one of the most configurable parts of this vessel. As per the 43, this can be set up in a number of different configurations depending on your usage. For big events and with all your family on board, the dining table runs completely down the length of the saloon and the cockpit. For those with more of a liverboard type situation, may not choose to have this setup, but have a large dining table outside in the cockpit with a smaller coffee style table inside and back-to-back seating where we have the saloon doors. So this whole setup can be very configurable depending on what you're after. Making our way out to the deck area, and this is really where this vessel comes into its own. There is one level between the cockpit and the saloon, and this extends all the way aft to just before we go down onto the stern platforms. The stern platforms are massive and the absolute biggest in class, and just one small step down onto the expansive platform. There is a large sideways overhang for sideboarding, which is excellent, as sideboarding on a catamaran can often be quite tricky. The davit system on the Lagoon 38 is situated between the hulls, and this can take your tender of choice. Mounted atop the davits are some optional solar panels, and this capacity can be increased for solar on the coach roof as well. So there is a great solar package with up to 1,400 watts available from the factory. The Helm station is the classic Lagoon sports top design that we've seen on other models. This is situated on starboard and provides excellent view across the transoms of the vessel as well as forward. Very well protected. This also has an optional shade covering by way of a canvas bimini top, and you can fully enclose this to cocoon it along with the aft cockpit downstairs. So it's a very safe, controlled Helm station. Making our way forward, this is really where this deck comes into its own. We've seen this on much larger vessels, but for the first time on a vessel of this size, we have a proper forward cockpit with a footwell, very comfortable for all your guests. The mast is situated at the front of the coach roof, so we don't have a pillar going through the saloon, but we do have a self-tacking system available on the Lagoon 38 as well, so we really are getting the best of both worlds. The vessel is powered by twin Yanmar 29 horsepower engines. Now this is the standard and only option, supplying plenty of power for maneuvering the vessel. There is a total of 400 litres of fuel split between the two engines, as well as a total of 500 litres of fresh water available. The sail handling and characteristics on this Lagoon are very well thought out, with a simple and easy to operate helm station. The low boom on the coach roof makes packing and stowing the sail a very simple task, and great visibility from the helm station of all the sails allows for easy control of your sailing manoeuvres. The Code Zero, as well as the asymmetric spinnaker option, make this vessel a capable passage maker for those looking to cover great distance in great comfort. We've seen many of our clients sailing long distance blue water passages on both the Lagoon 380, the older model, and the Lagoon 40. Both of these around the same volume and size as this new model, so we have full confidence in what this model brings to the table. A popular option for our clients is to take delivery of their Lagoon catamaran direct out of the factory in France. Given the geographic location of the factory, this opens up the exceptional cruising grounds of the Mediterranean and the Caribbean for exploring. So this is a great option for those looking to take an adventure offshore. The Lagoon 38 is going to be an absolute stunner in its class. It's got big shoes to fill, and I'm confident it's going to be a very popular pocket cruising catamaran for those looking for a simple, easy to manage, capable vessel. The Lagoon 38 will make its debut at the Bordeaux factory exclusive days. This is where we open the doors to the public at the Lagoon factory in Bordeaux. We will have the full range on display, the whole design team there. This is the first opportunity to see the premiere of the Lagoon 38. The vessel will also be on display at La Grande Motte in April in the south of France later on this year, and then after some serious testing in the Mediterranean, the vessel will make its debut at the Cannes Yachting Festival in September. Myself and a number of the team will be in Europe at these events, so if you would like to learn more about this vessel and see if it is the catamaran for you, then get in touch and we'll be happy to discuss further. My name is Joe Fox from the team at TMG Yachts. We'll see you on the next video.